the Indiana Fever walk into Baltimore, because the Mystics don't play in Washington this year, walk into Baltimore and beat the Mystics from pillar to post. The Indiana Fever have clinched a playoff berth.
The Indiana Fever just walked into Baltimore and embarrassed the Washington Mystics from start to finish. A blowout so bad it looked scripted, a playoff clinch that felt handed to them, and an empty arena that told the whole story. This was domination, humiliation, and manufactured chaos all at once.
They beat up on the Washington Mystics today 94-65, scoring 32 points in the fourth quarter. It wasn't even close, folks. This game was not even close. By the time the second half started, it felt like a wrap.
The Indiana Fever just dismantled the Mystics 94-65, and honestly, it looked like Washington forgot how to play basketball. The Fever's defense was suffocating, forcing an outrageous 22 turnovers. They lived in the passing lanes, snatching steals, deflecting passes, and making life a nightmare. It wasn't just defense, though. This bench came in ready for war.
The defense, playing the passing lanes, deflections. Oh, man, they were getting after it. They were getting after it, fam. I love that. The bench. Oh, yeah. Look at that bench. Look at that bench. 9, 2, 3, 13, 15. Look at the production, fam.
Ariel Powers turned into a wrecking ball with 15 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists in just 26 minutes. Shay lit it up, dropping 13 points while shooting a perfect 5 for 5 from the field. It was one of those nights where everyone in Indiana's jersey looked hungry and the Mystics looked lost.
They beat the Mystics. The Mystics kind of fell off a cliff down the stretch. There was a long time during this season the Mystics were in the real playoff conversation. They looked lifeless out there. Lifeless.
Natasha Howard put up 17 points and 4 rebounds. Aliyah Boston dropped a double-double with 12 points and 11 rebounds, and the entire starting lineup except Kelsey Mitchell was a plus 20 or better.
Ariel Powers, 15 points. Natasha Howard, 17. Aliyah Boston, 12 points, 11 rebounds, and a win. At least when she get double-doubles, they tend to win ball games, unlike Angel Reese.
Washington, meanwhile, looked like they had been ordered to take the night off. Wide-open layups were missed, open jumpers clanked, and their bench gave them absolutely nothing. Sonia Citron dropped 17 points, but it was all empty numbers in a game that was over by halftime. This wasn't just a Fever win, this was a public execution.
Back-to-back games, one against the Chicago Sky, another against the Washington Mystics, and the Indiana Fever have officially clinched a playoff spot. Back-to-back blowouts, beating up the trash Chicago Sky, beating up the Washington Mystics after they traded Brittany Sykes.
Now that the Fever are locked into the playoffs, the question becomes simple. Who do they face? Right now, they sit in the 7th seed, which means either the Atlanta Dream or the Las Vegas Aces could be waiting. Both matchups are nightmares.
Pick your poison, man. Pick your poison. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. But anything can happen. Anything can happen, man. They could come out underestimating and all of a sudden find themselves out of the playoffs. I'm not giving up.
Atlanta has bullied Indiana all season, with Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray torching them even when Caitlin Clark was healthy. The Dream's size inside with players like Brianna Jones is a massive problem for Boston and Howard, and it's why Atlanta might actually be the worst possible draw.
Do I feel like the Las Vegas Aces is a better team to go against than the Dream? Maybe. Maybe. Right? Because the Dream, man, I don't know. They really have the Indiana Fever's number. Okay? They have the Indiana Fever's number with and without Caitlin Clark. All right?
But let's not act like facing the Aces is some gift. Aja Wilson is on fire, Jackie Young has been electric, and Vegas plays playoff basketball in their sleep. You want to talk about picking your poison? Either Indiana faces a team that has owned them all year, or they get thrown to the 2-time champs. That is not a win either way.
It's hard to say that this team right now will beat the Atlanta Dream. The Atlanta Dream just such a tough team, man. I feel like they might be tougher than the Aces, but you still have a hot Asia Wilson and a hot Jackie Young on this team right now. Ugh.
Here's the kicker. The Fever managed to clinch all this with Caitlin Clark. She only played 13 games this season, yet she's still the reason people care. Without her, the arenas are empty, the ratings tank, and even after a playoff clinch, the vibe feels hollow. Fans showed up for Clark, not this roster, and it's obvious.
I'm predicting a sub 300,000 viewer rating on this game, which is going to be woof. They were drawing like 800,000 with Caitlin Clark for the Fever on NBA TV, which is where this game was at.
The Indiana Fever crushed the Mystics, clinched a playoff spot, and exposed the WNBA's most awkward truth. Without Caitlin Clark, nobody cares. The Fever are in, but their future looks ugly. Whether it's the Dream or the Aces, Indiana better wake up fast because the playoffs will eat them alive. Tell us what you think in the comments section. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for daily WNBA drama and Caitlin Clark updates.